Welcome into this 10-minute Kapha flow. All asanas shown in this video will assist in energizing the body, removing any stagnation to provide a sense of motivation. These postures are a beautiful starting place and may be used as a tool and resource when feeling unmotivated or overly sluggish. Throughout the flow, keep the mind enthusiastic, wakeful, and focused. By keeping the body moving, you will notice an upward spiral of energy, leaving you in a more energized state. Go ahead and come to the top of your mat, bringing your feet directly under your hips. Reach your arms over your head into mountain pose. Zip your belly in and up. Flip your palms to face outward. Draw the arms back down by the sides. Take this a few more times on your own. On the inhale, reaching the arms up. On the exhale, bringing the arms down. Start to feel that upward spiral in energy. After a few rounds, press the palms together. Bring the big toes to touch. Find a tiny little sliver of space in between your heels. Squat your hips nice and low. Lift up through your chest. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Take this a few more times on your own, standing up in between each set. Every time, see if you can squat the hips a little bit lower. Sending the weight back into the heels, keeping the chest open, and finding a sense of focus with your eyes. After a few rounds, bring the hands down to the mat and allow yourself to curl over into a forward fold. Feel free to bend your knees as much as you need here, maybe grabbing the elbows, rocking yourself side to side, right to left. Allowing the head to fully relax and hang over. Bring the hands down to the mat. Step your left foot back behind you into a warrior one. Rise to standing. Find a deep bend in your right knee. Right toes will face forward. Left toes will face out to a 45-degree angle. Keep your shoulders directly squared over your hips. Zip your belly in and up. And again, feel that upward spiral and energy. Hold this posture with focus and clarity. Open your stance into a warrior two. Find heel to arch alignment in your legs. Gaze forward over your front fingertips and draw your shoulders up and down your back. Find a nice warrior two stance in the legs and begin to drag that right front heel towards the back of the room to engage your inner thighs. Stand up on both legs and re-bend into your right knee. Take this a few times, flipping the palms up, re-bending into the right knee, strong warrior two stance. Inhale on the rise, exhale on the bend. Stand all the way up. Bring your heels in, your toes out. Press your hands back at your chest. Squat your hips low into a goddess. Knees will stack directly over the ankles. Continue to lift the chest up. Just like our chair pose, take a few rounds. Standing up in the legs, re-bending into the legs into your horse squat. Inhale on the rise, exhale on the bend. Really strong lower legs. Bring the palms down to the ground. Lift the hips high into a wide-legged forward fold. Toes will be in, heels will be out. If the forearms can come down to the floor, that's wonderful. Maybe your hands want to come onto some blocks if that's accessible, or grab for opposite elbows. Remember, we all look very different in these shapes, so there is no need to look like me as we're going through this. Replant into your hands. Turn the hips back forward. Step the left foot in to meet the right. We'll take this exact same sequence on the other side. Step the right foot back and rise into your warrior one. On this side, your left foot will be forward, your right foot will be back. Again, right toes are facing the right corner of the room. Your hips and your shoulders are square towards the front of the room. Find engagement in the core. Feel nice and long through the fingertips. Engage through your breathing. Stay strong and focused. Open your stance into your warrior two. Arms come to opposite directions. Gaze over your front fingers. Find a strong bend into your left knee. Drag your right heel down and back. Flip your palms. Stand up on your legs. Re-bend into your warrior two. Take a couple rounds. Inhale, rise. Exhale, re-bend. Feel nice and long and tall on that rise. As you rebend, feel strong and powerful. Bring the heels in, the toes out, and again squat the hips nice and low. On this side, we'll take a couple twists in the spine, starting with that left shoulder, drawing it forward, resetting through the center, and twisting the right shoulder forward. Take this a few times on your own, feeling that twist in the spine, opening the inner thighs and the groin. Bring the hands back down to the mat, lift the hips high back into your wide-legged forward fold. Again, finding the variation here that feels good wherever you are. If a slight bend in the knees is needed, no worries. Only go as far as the body allows. Replant through the hands. Turn the hips forward into your lunge. Step into your forward fold. Step both of your feet back into a downward facing dog. And then allow the knees to come down to the mats. We'll go ahead and come all the way down to our bellies for a few rounds of cobra pose. Zip the inner thighs together, press the hands to the outsides of the shoulders, and begin to lift the chest. Ears will stay in line with the shoulders. Exhale all of your stale air out at the bottom, and on your inhale, begin to lift the chest. If you're feeling up for it, maybe begin to elevate the hands off of the mat. Take a few rounds on your own, keeping the toenails peeling down into the floor. After a few rounds, go ahead and turn onto your back and allow yourself to rest in final Shavasana. Arms can hang out long, and so can the feet. And just close the eyes. All asanas shown in this video are a beautiful starting place on your journey in understanding your own unique constitution. Please feel free to take your time in each posture and allow your body to hold the asana for a longer length of time. Once you are comfortable with the sequence, begin to move through the flow at a more fluid pace while linking your breath to your movement. Allow the flow to feel like a dance, moving from one posture to the next with fluidity and purpose.